There are many vegan bodybuilder activists online who are of the opinion that the body can make all the cholesterol that it needs. So, how much truth is there to this? And can we function or survive on a low or no cholesterol diet? Let's first consider what exactly cholesterol does and what bodily functions it is essential for. Now, we all know it's essential for testosterone production and sperm production. It's also essential for adrenal function, DHEA production, which is the anti-aging hormone, pregnenolone production, which is the brain hormone responsible for cognitive functioning. Now, if you have low levels of pregnenolone, this can lead to poor memory, poor concentration, a lack of attention span, dry skin, joint pain, muscular pain, and decreased sex drive. So, that's one hormone that you're going to want to avoid a deficiency in. Cholesterol is also essential for vitamin D production within the body and vitamin D synthesis, which of course we know vitamin D is essential for testosterone production. Cholesterol also plays a vital role in bile production, which aids digestion, aids the absorption of fat in the body and the conversion of fat into energy and nutrient uptake. Cholesterol is also essential for our metabolism and for cell building and repair, which for us guys correlates to the repair of muscles after workout and the recovery of muscles after workout. So what happens if you don't consume cholesterol, which is what these guys are advising other men to do? You don't need to consume cholesterol. Your body makes all the cholesterol that it needs. So what happens if you don't consume cholesterol? Well, first of all, you will suffer with decreased testosterone levels, decreased DHEA production, decreased pregnenolone production, impaired cognitive functioning, which will be things like confusion, agitation, mental sensitivity, sleep problems, anxiety and stress. And stress correlates towards a shift towards cortisol production, which of course can also affect your hormonal production and the hormonal balance within your body. Plus, low cholesterol is also linked to an increased risk of cancer and strokes. That's a big hit list for something that you don't need to consume and that your body will make all that it needs. Yet there is a big long list of potential symptoms and side effects that you will get if you suffer with low cholesterol. We all know high cholesterol can have its health risks. Well, so can low cholesterol. It's always best, too much of something can be bad. Not enough of something can be equally as bad. Now, the Australian Heart Foundation says that, I'll quote what they say, it says, "For those not at high risk of cardiovascular disease or diabetes, or who have not previously had LDL lowering treatments," which means drugs like statins, it says, "there is no limit to the amount of cholesterol which can be consumed in foods such as eggs and animal products," which, in this day and age where we literally live within a sea, a great big vast ocean of bullshit, this is really good advice, considering that this is coming from the mainstream medical industry. Now, Who gives out this advice? It's the medical industry. The advice, I mean, that the body makes all the cholesterol that it needs and plant-based is more healthy. And plant-based diet is more likely to lead to a cholesterol deficiency. If we go back to the hit list of things, consider this, we always consider who stands to gain from these studies and everything that are put together and this advice that's being put out. Well, if you have low testosterone replacement therapy, who benefits or profits from testosterone replacement therapy? The pharmaceutical industry. Who benefits from DHEA depletion? And low levels of DHEA can increase your risk of age-related diseases. The pharmaceutical industry. Who benefits if your pregnenolone levels crash and you get impaired cognitive functioning or dementia or something like that? The pharmaceutical industry. If you have digestive problems or metabolic problems or any problems, who benefits from this? The pharmaceutical industry. So it seems, who stands to gain from you having symptoms of a cholesterol deficiency? The pharmaceutical industry. The $1 million question, who funds all these comparative studies that these vegan activists keep quoting? The pharmaceutical industry. Now let's throw all of those bullshit fucking studies to one side. And one thing I normally do when I'm making up my mind about something is I ask myself the question, is there any physical evidence? And there is. Now, I'll drop a link to both of these pieces of physical evidence in the video description below for you. The first one is you must have heard of the longevity guru, Brian Johnson. Well, there's another longevity guy. His name is David Pascoe. Now, David Pascoe is 61 years old. He eats meat. He looks younger than Brian Johnson, who's 46. He looks fitter than Brian Johnson. He looks healthier than Brian Johnson. And he's completely natural, and he's not on any hormone replacement therapy. Brian, who is 46, 15 odd years younger, who's plant-based, is on testosterone replacement therapy and peptides. And takes an absolute fuck ton of fucking supplements to make up for the nutritional deficits in the plant-based diet. So it stands to reason there is physical evidence that plant-based is not anywhere near as good as eating meats. This David Pascoe is not a carnivore, but he's an omnivore. So he consumes plenty of meat. He gets most of his nutrients from animal proteins. Now, the physical evidence is there. Watch the video for yourself and you'll see how much better David Pascoe looks when you compare him to Brian Johnson. And the only real difference between the two is that David eats meat and Brian is plant-based. They've both got a similar insane kind of routine that they follow as part of their longevity protocol. The second piece of physical evidence is from a fitness influencer from, I think he's from America, called Tanner Shuck. Now, he's a meat eater, a dedicated carnivore. Now, he conducted an experiment on himself and he cut meat from his diet and went plant-based for 30 days. He found that after 10 days, just 10 days of plant-based and cutting out meats, he noticed that his health was declining. He was gaining body fat and losing muscle mass. He had reduced strength crashed energy levels, his libido dropped, he had constant brain fog, terrible digestion, just from after 10 days of observing a plant-based only diet. So, it seems, irrefutable. You cannot expect your body to function at its optimum level if you're not consuming cholesterol. And this constitutes the worst dietary advice that's currently out there, and the biggest bullshit that's currently out there. Your body will make all the cholesterol that it needs. The fuck it will. If you want to optimize your testosterone levels and keep them optimized as you get older, like David Pascoe at 61 years old, then subscribe to this channel and follow this series for more.